You are good to go.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Team Powerhouse show, live with you every Tuesday night. We are here in the studio live with a very special guest over here. She is my right hand today, as on your far right, you have Danielle Borges. Eric Vasquez could not make it today as he's jammed up with clients on the road running around. So we miss Eric Vasquez. I know you guys miss him and love him, but we have Danielle here who is doing an amazing job already. So proud of her, so excited to have her on the show with me, because if I was sitting on myself, it'd be much harder to talk, obviously, first of all. And second of all, I have to be honest, you're a little prettier than Eric is. So it's nice to have you here on the show today. Danielle Borges here live with you on the Team Powerhouse show, talking real estate. Danielle, how you doing?
I'm good, Dave. Thanks for asking. Yes.
Are you excited about being here?
It's an opportunity, and I appreciate the offer. I'm not trying to take Eric's place, so next week Eric will be back live with you guys and Dave. And
Do you know what? I'm going to give you an example. My daughter calls it, she likes, which it's pasta, she likes to call it mixed up pasta. They call it pasta mix up, right? So it's got like different things happening. She likes the macaroni, the ziti, the spaghetti, all of it. It's like the Team Powerhouse show mixed up, because that Danielle here versus Eric.
right,
That's just a quick thinking right now. What do you think? Not so bad?
not so bad.
And I'm happy you're here, because you know what? The people want to get to know you. And you were so great in the show last time we were here. We had fun together.
We did.
It is now summertime. We are in like end of July. Okay?
Time's flying.
I can't believe how much time's flown
I
by.
know.
Some people are telling me the summer's over. The summer's not over, okay? Cannot think about the summer being over, because emotionally it's depressing.
It is.
Right? Summer really goes into September. The weather-wise, it goes into September. Just because school starts doesn't mean that we're not still feeling good weather, because we have this hot weather now. I think it's going to trickle into September. I don't think fall will start until probably end of October, November. I like that much better personally. The seasons have been kind of extending themselves, starting later and extending themselves. It's been a progression over the last few years, and I kind of feel like that's going to happen. What do you think about that? Kind of sort of.
No, I agree. I definitely believe that, weather is warmer and
Yeah.
it feels like it's going to last longer.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to affect the market?
That's a great question. How is that going to affect the market? I think it's going to make the market extremely powerful as we have in this August, September season, because we have back to school, which means that families are back. They're getting their kids and their families ready for school. They want to sell their homes. They want to buy homes. And what we're noticing right now is the inventory tick is up a little bit, isn't
It
it?
is. We were doing some calculations.
Some studies.
Yeah, and things.
How many homes do we have in the market, would you say, right now in Connecticut?
Well, in Connecticut, we have
In Connecticut, the whole state of Connecticut.
3,700 homes
Just
on the market.
Just under 3,700 homes.
Yep.
Now, that is not a lot of homes. Just so you know, before the pandemic, we were probably between the ballpark of 12 to 15,000. Saying that we're just under 3,700 in the whole state of Connecticut is not a lot of homes. We were up to about max 2,500 in the months of, I'll say, May and June. So the fact that we've got about 3,700 right now is a big plus. And some towns, as we know, have more than others.
Right.
We're going to talk about a few towns on the market over here that we're going to go over. If you're out there and you've got questions about the town you live in, or if you're interested in buying a house and want to know what the inventory is like, what the price range you're going for, ask us. I think it'll be very interesting to find out some good information here as a buyer, that there's opportunity that you did not have before. So definitely start paying attention to the market itself. So, and before we even talk about that, what's important about the buyer? What's the first thing they should do before looking to buy a house? Get qualified, right?
Know their spending power.
Right.
Absolutely.
Know your spending power. Very well said, right? So we have the opportunity to know what our abilities are. The purchase price, the taxes, it makes a difference. Some towns, the tax are bananas high.
That's right.
And some towns are very reasonable.
Other
So
things to consider would be HOAs. You know,
absolutely.
Not just relevant for condos. There's lakeside communities that have HOAs, and those have to be calculated into the purchase
Absolutely good point.
calculations. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's talk about a couple of towns, Danielle, that you have done some research on. We'll go back and forth. How about that?
Sure.
All right, so you go first.
Well, I just recently closed on a house in New Milford, Connecticut.
Great town.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got some really nice rural settings.
Absolutely.
Kind of that nostalgic feel, a little bit country.
Our team travels the state. We are all over the place all the time. We don't have a pocket that we work in one town. I love when realtors say, oh, we only work in this town here. Because you do stay there. Because when you want a realtor to go and find you a home for sale in this market especially, you need agents who are qualified to be able to find you what you want in different areas. So the New Milford area is a beautiful town.
It is.
What's going on in New Milford?
Well, currently in the $200,000 to $500,000 range, there's 8 homes for sale, 2 to 3 bedrooms.
So that's a great piece of information there.
That is.
Because between 200 and 500, that means there's actually property for sale in the $200,000 ballpark, right?
That's
2,
true.
3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and you've got 8 homes for sale. So maybe you're looking for a property near the New Milford area, right? What would be, if you worked where would be, okay, again, where would someone work to maybe want to live in New Milford? Any ideas though?
Somewhere to work.
Yes, like what would
Well, New Milford is close to New York.
Yes.
border. It's also close to Danbury, which is got a lot of business opportunities.
Absolutely.
It's not a far commute at all.
So somebody who's a New York buyer and they want to be close to New York, but Connecticut is where they want to be at. New Milford might be a prime location to look into, place they never thought of or even heard of before. You know, that's a great point you make. I love that. Let's see. One of the towns I kind of recently did some work in was in Norwich, down there by the Mystic, the casinos,
Nice.
you know, and it's a great area down there. Again, you get a little more land down there. So my clients were looking in the Norwich area. My client, one of them is working for Electric Boat, a great company to work for. By the way, someone's looking for a job. Great place to look at Electric Boat. And with that being said, we were looking all over the Norwich area. And we found a house over there, a really great house, a great piece of property. Literally between Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods, very convenient. Going for nice dinner, restaurants, and there's a little gambling, but just even out to dinner. I was actually there at Foxwoods
Shows, right?
on Sunday night with my son.
Nice.
Because he's like, Dad, let's go get a bite to eat. I said, okay, where do you want to go? He said, well, we're not going to the casino. We actually went to Guy Fieri's burger bar.
Oh, nice.
Ever been there before?
No.
I think you and Chris would enjoy it. Very cool place. I'm gonna go into the food now just for a second, sidebar from homes to food. So he got, let's see, a burger with like macaroni, mac and cheese on it. It was pretty tasty, and I got a steak and cheese. We did halves of each one.
Oh, good.
Great stuff, a couple of drinks. Had some fun, it was a great time. Walked around, checked things out, yada yada yada, and then came home. Took a little ride, you
Very
know?
nice.
But anyway, so Norwich, homes in Norwich, let's just give you an idea what's going on in Norwich. Sorry, sidebar for you. 200 to 300,000. You have 9 homes for sale. In Norwich, if you're looking to be, let's say, approximately from the shoreline, maybe in the ballpark of 30 to 45 minutes, Norwich would be a great place for you to look at. Again, 200 to 300,000, you have 9 homes for sale. And between 300,000 and 400,000 is 8 homes for sale. So between 200 and 400,000, you're looking at about 17 homes for sale. That's a great place to start looking, right? I mean, people are looking at these price ranges and going, I can't afford. Actually, you can. You may have to drive a little farther than you used to or thought about, but remember, this is the first time they're buying a house. This is not your forever home. So when we're talking about these towns and the price ranges available for you, maybe it's a little more drive, it's a little downtime before you get home to the crazy, right?
Decompress.
Decompress time, listen to your podcast, listen to music, jam it out, right? Have a nice house, nice community, and own your own place versus renting. Because renting is just like lighting money on fire.
Right.
What's another time you got there for me? And by the way, if David's out there with these questions or lows, love to hear from him as well. All right.
Southbury.
Great town.
Yeah, it's not
That's where
close
you're
to my
from.
heart.
Yeah.
That's where I live. So Southbury currently has 29 homes in the $300,000 to $700,000. I'm sorry, 29 homes altogether, and 300 to 700,000. There's 9 homes available.
So with 9 homes between 300 and 700.
Yeah.
Southbury is a little bit more of a financially a little more expensive of a town, right?
It
Nice
is,
town,
it
beautiful
is, it has
town.
a lot to offer.
But you do have homes in the, between 300 plus. So again, you can get to some great towns right now in some great price ranges,
And
right?
Southbury also is home to Heritage Village, which is a 55-plus community. They have some amazing condos available.
You know, if you're not familiar with Heritage Village and Southbury, and you're looking for a great place for 55 and older, this is a great opportunity to start looking at these kind of opportunities, because there are some homes for sale
Right.
in this area. Southbury offers a lot of great communities between the highways, restaurants, social life. It's a great place, great schools in
Great school
Southbury.
system, yep. Yeah, it's easy on, easy off, I-4.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a great place.
I like Southbury very much. Another town we're gonna talk about is Hamden. Now, Hamden is a town that is always been a very active town for properties. And until recently, there was very little inventory for sale. I'm gonna say to you, shocking right now that there's again, this month of July, I think people are starting to come home from their vacations or getting their house ready, and homes are coming to market. And it's a great thing because Hamden right now, between 200 and 300, yes, 200 and 300 in Hamden, you can buy a house today. There are 13 homes for sale. You have to watch the taxes though. You gotta be very careful with that. Making sure you speak with your loan officer, make sure you understand what your qualification is for purchase price and taxes. And then between 300 and 400, you have 28 homes for sale. That's an unbelievable amount of homes for sale. So between 200 and 400, you're looking at approximately 41 homes for sale in the town of Hamden. That's a tremendous amount of inventory. We haven't seen those kind of numbers in years. So if you're looking to buy in Hamden, this is a great time to buy. You have less competition in the summertime because come this fall, I can bet you bottom dollar that the market is going to increase on your buyer pool, and it happens every time. So get out, call your lender, call your realtor, say, Danielle, I wanna buy a house, reach out to her, her phone number is there. What's your number, Danielle?
203-217-0810.
All right, she's great to work with. I'd love to work with you as well. Our whole team is fantastic. We got a great crew on our team. The team is very much ready for you. All right, what other next town we're going to talk about?
Well, an interesting town, and I'm sure many people are familiar with it, is Waterbury.
Waterbury.
Yeah,
Unbelievable market right now. What's happening there?
absolutely. So currently there's 89 homes for sale in Waterbury.
Wow.
In the 300 to 400,000 range, there's 37 homes.
What can you tell me about Waterbury? What's been happening in Waterbury?
Well, we're seeing an economic shift in Waterbury, where
Absolutely.
the taxes are actually
Coming
lower,
down. Yes.
lower than they've been,
Yes.
and in some cases lower than other local cities or towns.
Absolutely.
And there's gentrification happening.
And tremendous amount of gentrification happening in Waterbury.
So we're seeing the quality of life kind of improve.
Absolutely improving. The businesses are building up. The downtown areas are building up. You've got a great community. They're really doing a great deal of work down there. A lot of the New York people have moved in, and people who were, let's say, in local towns who grew up maybe in Woolkid and Prospect and Cheshire and Meriden or other towns around are needing a place to live, and these people are coming into the town of Waterbury and buying up homes. And you have a chance to get a great house for a fair and reasonable price with fair and reasonable taxes, and really changing the whole outlook of what Waterbury was to what it is today, making a very good opportunity for you. But more importantly, just remember, whatever home you buy, it's your first time buying a house, this is not their forever home,
Right.
right? You're buying a house, figure 5 years. You're now paying down your mortgage, your property is going up about 10 to 15% minimum in value a year. That leaves you in 5 years a good chunk of money.
You've got equity.
You've got equity.
Yeah.
You sell your house, and now you go to the next place you want to be in. Maybe you go from Waterbury to Southington. Maybe you go to Cheshire. Maybe you go to Woolkid, Prospect. Maybe you're going to be in the Southbury area. Absolutely. There's so much opportunity for you, because if you go and you rent right now, the rental market is insane. Listen, we rent properties for our clients too. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're looking to rent and pay $2,300, $2,500, $2,800 a month in rent, that's just bananas. The lenders out there are giving opportunity to you. I heard some new things coming out in the lending industry, especially if you have mortgages, I'm sorry, not mortgages, if you have student loans. There's a rumor out there, I think Michael Cristoforo from Guaranteed Rate was talking about, that they're giving special rates to those clients as well. So if you have college loans and you're looking to buy a house and you were concerned before, they're actually doing incentives for you on interest rates to help you buy a house. How amazing is that? I mean, things right now are happening.
Right.
And it's a great time to buy. You want to be actively looking, but before you start looking, you've got to do what?
You've got to know about your spending power.
You've got to know your spending power. You've got to get pre-approved. You've got to
Yeah.
speak with a lender to know what that budget is, so you can know what that payment is per month and feel comfortable here. Because otherwise, you're going to be renting and paying probably the same, if not more. All right, Waterbury market you just talked about. I'm going to jump into the Cheshire market, another beautiful town, another great market. Something you want to know about Cheshire, again, obviously the schools are very dominant. Great town, small town, about 27,000, 28,000 people, is that right, about in the Cheshire area. Great local town. You have properties for sale there. You have $300,000 to $400,000, you have 7 homes for sale. To find a house in Cheshire in that price range, I mean, that's stunning, right? That's shocking, because there hasn't been anything like that even close to it. You've got $400,000 to $500,000, you'll get 4 homes for sale, and $600,000 to $700,000, you'll get 7 homes for sale. So that means that there's inventory for you. Now listen, guys, there's a lot of people shopping, and people have been bouncing all over the place trying to find houses. You need to make sure, what, you're qualified, and 2, the one thing that's very important to make sure you understand what's going on in this market and the real estate market that's happened, and what's happening in the last year is a new lawsuit that passed, which means that you as buyers need to be prepared, and you need to make sure you have a buyer agency agreement signed with your agent before you can physically look at that house. Very important piece of information.
Absolutely.
You as buyers need to know this. You have to have a buyer's agent agreement with your agent in order to look at houses. You cannot just go look at a house unless it's an open house there, right? You can't get in. You've got to have a buyer agent agreement. So I just sidebarred for you to know about this as buyers. You cannot get into a house unless you're qualified, number 1, and a buyer agent agreement, number 2, to get into a house today. Understand it, know it. We as agents want to work for you, build a relationship with you, but it's important to make sure you know what's going on in the market. All right, what other town you got there for us?
Newtown?
Newtown, a beautiful town.
Yeah, it sits between Southbury and New Milford.
Yes,
It's part of Fairfield County.
yes.
It's
Danielle,
beautiful.
speak up a little louder so they can hear you. You're such a soft voice.
Okay, so Newtown is a beautiful town that
Yes.
currently has 54 homes for sale.
54 homes for sale in Newtown. Wow.
Right.
What
Yeah.
kind of price range do we have on that?
So in the $300,000 to $500,000 range, there's 12.
Wow.
There's 12 homes available, and that's pretty impressive.
That's very impressive,
Yeah.
because you couldn't get into Newtown before, even with any inventory available in that price range.
Right.
So that's 12 homes for sale in Newtown, a beautiful town, great school systems, beautiful community, great sports as well.
Right.
You know, it's funny, we talk about these different towns and they all kind of compete with each other in the sporting industries on all these towns. So it's really cool to see how they kind of have ability to not only get into them, but what they have to offer for them, each town, and, you know, for your families as well. The next town we're gonna talk about is Orange. Town of Orange, Connecticut, another great town. Shockingly, there are homes for sale. Not a lot, but there's some. And I'm gonna say to you, to get into Orange, between 400,000 and 500,000, there are 2 homes for sale. That's unique. So definitely start shopping. 500 to 600, 5 homes for sale. And in the ballpark of 600 to 700, 4 homes for sale. So you definitely can get into the Orange market. It's your time to do it, your time to shop, and definitely call your agent. Hopefully it's a Team Powerhouse agent. We'd love to work with you and help you out. The market has been doing a lot of great things. Any other towns you want to talk about?
One other town I've recently been in is Plymouth,
Oh,
and
Plymouth.
it was really cute. It was a cute town, just outside of Waterbury,
That's what I said. Where's Plymouth?
just outside of Waterbury, a little
In
north.
between.
Heading towards, so it was leaving Waterbury, heading towards Torrington on Route 8.
Yep.
You get there from there.
About 20 minutes from Hartford.
I would say so.
So that ballpark, right?
Yeah, I would say so. And so Plymouth has currently 22 homes available. And in the 200, 400,000 range, there's 12.
Wow.
Yeah, so when we talk about, trying to get your first home and get into the market and everything, it's nice to know that you don't have to just stick with what you first find.
That's right.
You can look around a little bit.
And you really should start looking around. We talked about that briefly before. You're thinking about getting a job. Not thinking about you don't buy a house, you have a job. Let me correct myself. You have a job, right? And you think about buying a house. And you want to buy a house and you originally say, I want to be within 30 minutes of my job. Yeah, that sounds great. It's very possible. But realistically, another 15 minutes isn't going to kill you. And gives you a little more downtime before you get home from work, before you get to the chaos. I always tell people, you get in the car, you listen to some podcast, you listen to some music, it's a little downtime before you get home. If you have kids in a family, you love them to pieces, right? You can't wait to see them, but when you get home, it's going to be, you know what I mean? Until everybody goes to bed and you get downtime again. So it's important to have that information of thinking about, okay, what's in that 15 minutes to me? Is it that bad? Is it worth it? What more can I get for property options and availability?
Well, that's the thing, it could broaden your horizon there. You could have maybe 5 to 10 extra homes if you just space it out a little bit further.
And that makes all the difference in the world when it comes to shopping, because you only need one, right? You only need one house, but with the one house, if you have a chance to look at more homes for sale, it helps you understand what the value is of that property, in the sense of, like, if you see a house you like and the asking price, let's just say for argument's sake is 300, you say, oh, maybe that house is overpriced. And then you would see another house that's 325 or 350, you go, wow. Now I'm comparing those homes to the $300,000 house, I go, wow, that was a great price for that house. Right? The same thing in the higher end market, so you go to 5, 6, 7, 8, $1 million. What happens is you being able to compare homes visually, physically going into a house. Don't try to compare homes on a computer. On a computer screen or an iPhone, you see these little photos, right? And you can't understand what is in a house. How often our clients are confused by looking at properties in the computer, and we'll say that you really gotta get out there and look.
Right.
Don't judge this house based on what you see in the computer here.
You have to feel it too. You have to put yourself in it.
Absolutely.
You have to, see how it feels.
You know,
What resonates with you.
One of the things I tell people all the time when it comes to my buyers and order a house looking at bedroom sizes, the perspective of how to measure a room here, right, is you go into the bedroom, you walk back into a corner of the room and look at the room like this. And that's the perspective how you look at a room, where furniture things are going to fit. When you stand in the middle of a room or at the doorway, it's a different perspective on how it feels that room. You walk into a smaller room sometimes, you stand in the doorway and go, oh, it's tiny. But if you go into the bedroom, stand literally in the corner of the room, look out and figure out, okay, if I put a bed here, if I had a dresser here, it's not so small, it's actually a good sized room. I was talking to somebody today, as kids. I grew up in a bedroom with 2 sisters, 1 room, all 3 of us in a bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
That was normal back in the day. Multiple siblings in bedrooms. And when you have multiple siblings in the bedrooms when you grow up, your perspective of what a big bedroom is versus a small bedroom is much different. How much clothes do you have as a kid? How much stuff, how much toys and stuff, aka crap, do you have, right? What exactly has to be in the bedroom? What's in the basement area for playing in your social areas? So it's important to get that perspective when you're in a house as a family, as a husband, as a mother, as a father, as a sister, as a brother, as an uncle, whoever is going to be living with you or buying a house. Again, walking into a house, looking at the different sizes of the rooms in person, it makes a big difference as to then versus just looking at a house on the computer.
Right.
How often when a client is looking at a property on the computer, they say, I don't want to see it. You're like, no, you gotta go look at this house. We have to go look at it. Well, let's look at this house here and a couple of the other ones over here too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they go, Danielle, oh my God, that wasn't as bad as I thought it's gonna be, right?
Absolutely.
And now they're making me an offer on a house they never thought they'd be making an offer on. Anybody out there all understanding for questions at all? All right.
No, sir.
You're just thinking about things I'm saying over here, aren't you? Yeah. Perspective of bedroom sizes, right?
Yeah.
Kids and families.
I share a room.
Right?
I share a room at both my houses.
And there you go. And you just think about how you have your bedroom set up and what you put in what. It's exciting things. All right. So recently in Norwich, I'm going to be closing in a house with clients, which I'm excited about. They've been looking for some time now, as I mentioned to you. And we have another closing happening our 31 Arden Street, my client, fantastic people, my sellers in New Haven, right by Tweed
Beautiful
Airport,
house.
right? That
Yeah.
two-family.
I loved it.
So excited for
Yeah.
them that they're selling this property, and the buyers of this house are super excited about this property. Great people buying this house, very happy for them, really cool stuff. A lot of things happen in this market. We have some new listings coming to market we can't talk about yet. I can tell you that one is in Marion and one is in Wallingford. We got a condo in Wallingford coming to market. We're just getting things situated for them. And then the one in Marion right now is being worked on. It's getting a nice reno job, finished basements happening down there. Very cool property coming to market. So a lot of great things happening. It's Tuesday night, and I'm hoping you guys enjoyed our show. And we had Miss Danielle Borges here, and she's a great realtor and somebody you want to work with. If you're looking to buy a house, our team would love to work for you. We appreciate the opportunity. We appreciate your time every Tuesday. We did miss Eric here.
We did,
We just have to get with Eric, had some fun.
we did.
He's a funny guy, isn't he?
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
He is.
We want to thank you so much for being part of the show. The next part of the show is giving out a free tumbler. And looking forward to getting you a free tumbler. So please, let's go to that wheel thing and let's see who the lucky winner is going to be. There we go.
I'm gonna click so many buttons. We got Chrissy_887 off Instagram.
Chrissy_887 on Instagram. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Congratulations on winning a brand new tumbler. Please get in touch with us so we can send this to you. We are excited for you and appreciate the opportunity to build more relationships with our people, right? If you're looking to get a tumbler, please let us know. Go on Instagram, go on Facebook, give us a shout out. Say, I want a tumbler. I want to be on your spinning wheel over here so I can win. We'll get you a tumbler as well. All right? Danielle?
That's a great gift, and it keeps stuff cold.
My clients, when you deal with your clients, will tell you, I'll tell you now. I've been to these two clients, right? Every client gets one. And all they do is say to me, the funny thing is, we go to the beach club, but this tumbler here, it's unbelievable. It can be on the outside hot, on the inside cold.
Right?
It's amazing. It's a great quality tumbler.
I left it in my car for an entire day in the 89 or 90 degree weather, and the water was still cold.
We like to make sure you have good
Quality
stuff.
stuff here.
Quality stuff for you. And actually, I just got a brand new style of tumblers coming out, which I'm very excited to share with everybody too. Yeah, some Barbie pink and some black, and they're a little different look to it. It's more of like, I think it's a 30-ounce tumbler. It's a little narrow, and then it kind of comes up to
Oh,
the top.
nice.
Yeah, with a flat top on it. Good stuff. Thank you so much for being a part of our show today. We look forward to seeing you next week with Mr. Eric Vasquez, of course.
Eric is back.
Eric is back.
Yep.
Have a wonderful night, everybody.